guys, today I'm showing you how to easily paint loose and dreamy 3D flowers. The paper I'm using is 300 GSM cold press 100% cotton watercolor paper. The paints I'm mainly using are Ultramarine Light from Mijello and Zirconium Blue from Gallo. An essential brush for this painting is a liner brush, and I'd like to use this Davinci liner brush, combined with some other regular Davinci and black velvet round brushes. Firstly, I'm dampening 3 oval shapes like this randomly with a clean white brush, keeping each area separated. We can just keep a loose grip without needing to make a perfect geometric shape, but I recommend dampening one area at a time. It will be easier to get started. Now I'm going to add the Ultramarine Light from Mijello to paint the traces around the top edge of the white patches. I'm loading thick paint for a smooth and deep color. And if you're rehydrating the paint like I do, you can use a thick brush to rehydrate it first, as a fine liner brush to do that may take more time. But however you do it, avoid adding too much water to the tin. We can simply outline some flexible curves. There's no need to follow the boundaries of the white area on paper. Besides, they're not very visible anyway. We can just paint around this area, and the randomness of the dry and wet areas could give us some vibrancy with darker and more solid parts as well as more diluted and dispersed parts. If you think the paper might be dry, you can add a minimal amount of water to redampen the lower half. Then I'm adding the second blue to one side of this area. And quickly use a clean damp brush to soften the edge and blend it out towards the other side. And the second blue is even lighter than the first one, so it can create a transparent outcome in contrast with the dark edges. Whilst we were painting these details, the paper became almost totally dry. Now I'm using the first brush, which is loaded with Ultramarine Light, to strengthen some areas of the blue bit to create some depth and contrast. Then once the paper is 100% dry, I'm adding the stems. I suggest you add a stem after it's completely dry specifically for this painting, as if the dark stem ends up dispersing into the flower, it may look less three-dimensional and less clear, making it less dreamy. For this slightly stiffer one I painted further away, if you run into the same issue, you can gently soften the edges to make it feel more natural. Just make sure it's not too close to the other flowers, so it doesn't affect them. Softening the edges like them might leave some blotchy edges, but you can use a clean napkin to lift the color and reduce the traces. That said, it's best to just avoid this whole thing by following the tips I shared earlier.